So you're a maintainer of an open source project and you feel the backlog of issues are just piling up and you feel a little bit alone with all this, and everyone have a lot of expectations and they want you to really help them and fix issues or add new features. What can you do? And today I'm going to show you how you with a feature in Open Source Cloud can help you with this. We call it My Agent Tasks, and that's basically a way for you to have your Codex or Claude agent to run and work for you while you're doing something else, spending time with the family, for example. So let's switch over to Open Source Cloud, and I have a little, just as an example, this is not a big project at all, but I have made a very basic vacation planner. Right, so that's an open source project. So what I'm going to do now is to set up a way for my team, my agent to work. All right, so you go into Open Source Cloud and then you go to this section called My Agent Tasks. Click on that, and now you need to configure your Claude or Codex agent first. I already have Claude configured here, so I'm going to configure Codex now as a demonstration. So I click on reconfigure, and I can choose Codex, OpenAI. I need to fill in the API key got from Codex. I can save it. Now you see we have both Claude and OpenAI configured. Next thing I do is that I click on this create task, and here I choose which runtime to use, and in this example I'm going to use Codex, so I'm clicking on that and call it development cycle. And in this development cycle I'm going to have it look for new issues in GitHub, do a quick triage, see if it needs to be split up into smaller pieces, or if it's nothing that's relevant, feed that back directly. And if it passes this triage, let's start developing, and the result will be a pull request. It should not commit directly to main, it should just create a pull request. That's what I'm going to do. So let's call it development cycle. I can add here a notification email if something goes wrong, for example. So I just enter my email. So here comes the fun part. Let us now describe what it should do on this cycle. And we just write this in a normal language. If I have some comment on the pull request and a review, and then it could, in the next cycle, actually fix that. Let's for now have a manual trigger. It's enabled. We could find the max turn. But no, let's leave it like this. So now we created a job. We have pressed run now, and now the job is running. We can go to view logs. Okay, now let's try to create a ticket there. Support for handling time zones. So we add that. Could start again. Go to view logs. So now we just have to wait. We can do something else. So to recap, I've created a My Agent task in OC for a development cycle, which means fetching issues from GitHub, triaging them, analyze them, and split them up into smaller pieces if needed. If not, start working on it and create a PR that I could later review. And all this was described in this prompt. We used Codex in this example, but you could use Claude as well. While we're waiting for that, let's say your development cycle here, your task need to connect to something else, sending a message to Slack, for example, when it's done. And for that you need to provide a token, a Slack bot token or something like that. And I'm going to show you now how you do that in a secure way. you create what we call a parameter store. Then you press create store. We can call it my tasks. Press create, and now it's creating a parameter store. It can take some while, so you have to just wait. Now the parameter store is created. Now here's the important thing. I need to copy this key, and this is only shown once, so I need to save it because I'm going to use it later on. And when I press done here, you cannot see it anymore. Then I can edit it, and then I go here down to advanced settings, and then I connect these parameter stores I created, and I paste this key that I've saved, and then I save the changes. And that means that if I go to the parameter store again, and then I go to manage here, and then I can write like Slack bot token very secret, and then I mark this as a secret, and I add it. Now it's stored here as a secret, and that means if I would want to use this in my task here, I could write, for example, post a message to Slack when done, use the token in environment variable Slack bot token. So then that token is injected into this and this runner. Good. Let's see, where were we? Did you create a pull request? Yeah, we have a pull request here. Persistification request time zones. You can review that. And then we could merge it if we are happy with it. So that's how you can get some help from your AI assistant and oversee my agent task and help you coming down to basically a zero backlog and keep your users of your open source project happy.